Welcome to Season 2 here in the Mariners franchise on MLB The Show 19. And we are kicking off the year 2020. And here is opening weekend here playing against the St. Louis Cardinals. What's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And man, I gotta tell you, I have some pretty high expectations for this team. I see a playoff berth for these guys. I think the one shaky thing going into this season is our pitching. But on the offensive side, Yubayashi is a big signing for us. I think he's going to make a huge impact. I don't know if he's going to be a full-time guy or a DH. Also, we signed Ben Zobrist, and also Justice Sheffield makes the opening day roster. He is coming out of the bullpen, so we'll see where the future goes for him and what, is going to happen with him. But I'm excited, and we're starting out this game with Marco Gonzalez as our opening day starter. No doubt here, he signed a new 4-year deal with us, and he's going to be the number one for probably years to come. So here we are starting out this game with a ground ball in the first inning, and that's Martinez. He gets the first out. So up comes Colton Wong. He hits 1-2 opposite field, and there is the first hit of the season by either team, and that's Colton Wong getting on first base. So here's Paul DeJong. I've been wanting to trade for him. That's actually Paul Goldschmidt, but speaking of Paul DeJong, he's coming up next. This guy is a power-hitting shortstop. I really like him a lot, and I want to see what he does versus us this series. And here on a 3-2 count with 2 outs, look at that power on display. That one is not coming back. And wow, what a start to the season for Paul DeJong. Like I said, this is what I've been looking for. A guy who can hit for power and that can also play in the infield. That's not a first baseman. I want a guy that can hit for power other than first base, and we just don't have that. We actually were 7th in the MLB in hits last season, and I'm kind of looking to, get a boost in the RBI ranking there and also home runs. I mean, we pretty much didn't have any 30 home run hitters. So up comes Yubayashi, and he gets a hit to start out his MLB career. And I hope that's the first of many, as he is hitting in the 2 spot versus right-handers. And I expect him to get a lot more hits like that. He has a lot of power, and I'm actually surprised that a lot of teams weren't going after him. So up comes Domingo Santana, one of 2 of our hitters who hit over 300 last year. And he starts it out with the hit to the left side, getting through the left side of the infield. And that's a good start here to the year 2020. So now 1-2 count. Daniel Vogelback, he's in from the DL last year. Remember, he did end the season on the injured list, and he grounds out into the double play, and we don't get any runs across the plate. So now in the second inning, running into a little bit of in trouble here, and there is a fly ball to deep right center, and Malik Smith, that's a nice catch there on the warning track. So up comes Yadier Molina. He hits a liner to Vogelback, and we get out of that second inning almost with some more damage. But up comes Matt Carpenter here in the 4th inning. We get him to look at the inside cut fastball, as Marco Gonzalez is looking good here to start out this game after that first inning home run by Paul DeJong. And we do eventually get a ground out to first base to end this inning. So up comes Yubayashi here in his second at bat here, 1 for 1 in the game in the bottom of the 4th inning with no outs, and he hits a laser up the middle, and that one is going to fall in front of Bader, and that is going to be a 2 for 2 game to start out his career. And up comes Domingo Santana, 3-2 count. He's going to inside out one, and that one is going to drop into right field. Martinez comes up throwing, and we are going to hold up at second base, but guys on first and second here. No outs in the inning. Here's Vogelback back at the plate. He gets a pitch to hit and hits it up the middle, but look at that diving stop by who else? Paul DeJong. All right, so he's hit a home run in this game. He robs us of basically an RBI on that one, and wow, 2 outs here in the 4th inning. What a play. And look, it's plays like this where it's like, all right, now you're convincing me to go after him. It's going to take a lot to get him, but we'll see. Let's see how it goes for the rest of the series. So So up comes Tim Beckham here. 2 outs in the inning. He's going to ground out to third base, so no runs after that great defensive stop by DeYoung. So now on to the 6th inning. Here's Martinez back at the plate, and he gets a pitch to hit, and that one is not coming back into the bullpen for his first home run of the year, as our offense has not been there so far, but the Cardinals are showing a little bit of power. So now with 2 outs, Matt Carpenter at the plate with the man on first. We do eventually get out of this inning. Ground ball to D. Gordon, and we find ourselves in a 3-0 hole here in opening day. So up comes Vogelback here in the bottom of the 7th. He gets a pitch to hit on the outside part of the plate. It's going to keep carrying, and that one is going to make it over the wall. Vogelback going opposite field on that one and getting his first home run of the year in the first run of the 2020 campaign here for the Mariners. So now this 7th inning does continue here. No outs. Here's Tim Beckham. He's continuing the hit parade right down the left field line, and that one gets over the wall for a ground rule double here, as his hitting streak does continue from last season. So up comes Mitch Haniger. I'm looking for him to bounce back here. In this 2020 season, he inside outs one to first base, but at least it kind of acts as a bunt here. So up comes Omar Narvaez. Hit .346 last year. He hits a tapper to left center, and that one is going to drop. So a RBI single here for Omar Narvaez, and it's now a 3-2 lead here for the Cardinals as their manager comes out and they bring in John Brebbia, who actually didn't have a great year last year. He had a 2.60 ERA, but it's kind of a hidden stat here. He had 66 strikeouts, but he actually had like 50-something walks. So now here is J.P. Crawford at the plate, and he gets walks. So now guys on first and second. D. Gordon at the plate, 1 out. He gets a hanger over the middle of the plate, and it's a perfect ground ball into the double play. So the Cardinals get out of that inning, and now they bring in Tim Collins here for his first MLB action. I'm surprised they're bringing somebody in opening day, here on opening day, for their first MLB action. So here is Yubiyashi at the plate. He's going to hit one up the middle, and he's going to barely get thrown out. But take another look. It looks like he may have beat this one out, and we go to challenge it, and he gets it by a half of a step. So guy on first base, Domingo Santana at the plate. He's already got 2 hits here in this game, and on a 2-1 count, he gets a low pitch to hit, and that one is not coming back. Domingo Santana and Yubiyashi both 3 for 4 in this game, and our 2 and 3 hitters start out the season hot, and we take the 4-3 lead here in the 8th inning. Just take a look. That was a no doubt home run, and we take the 1-run lead here late in the game. So up comes Vogelback. He did hit a homer earlier. Can he do it twice on opening day? But no, he's going to pop up to left field, and that's going to make it 2 outs here in the inning, as that brings up Tim Beckham to the plate. On a 1-1 count, 2 outs. He's going to get a pitch to hit right over the middle of the plate, and this one is carrying towards the wall, and it's going to sneak over. So 2 home runs here in the 8th inning. That one is by Tim Beckham, who pretty much surprised me last season. Hit .280 just about, and he was Mr. Consistent throughout the whole season. He never went on really a slump. He was just that steady guy, as he actually was hitting .3 at one point in this season. So up comes the Cardinals lineup here in the top of the 9th. We bring in Anthony Swarzak, and that's just not the start we want here in the 9th inning. So up comes Matt Carpenter. He's going to hit a ground ball up the middle. J.P. Crawford's going to field it, and he's going to throw it to first, and that is a double play. So now we have 2 outs here in the inning, and 1 more out away from getting this first victory. So up comes Yasmani Grandal, who did sign with them in the offseason, and he strikes out on the high slider there, and we get the victory 5-3 here on opening day. And Domingo Santana and Yubiyashi both go 3 for 4, as Paul DeYoung actually goes 3 for 4 as well. That man was beasting, and remember, he did have that diving stop up the middle. And just looking at our lineup, you know, Tim Beckham actually went 2 for 4, Santana 3 for 4, like I said. Vogelback goes deep. So I really like what I saw from this lineup. So now we head into the second game of this 3-game set to open the season. Carlos Rodon on the mound versus Jake Flaherty, and this is going to be a good matchup. Here you can see here in the top of the 6th inning, it's still a 1-1 game. We get bases loaded, but we can't do anything there. But we do get a 2-run homer and then another home run by Kyle Seager, who is starting at first base in this game in the place of Vogelback. You know, I kind of want to platoon those guys because I still believe in Kyle Seager. He's been a lifelong Mariner, and I want to see him succeed. But we do get the victory here as he goes 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, a double, and a home run. And now we head into the third game of this 3-game set, and they have Miles Michaelis on the mound versus who else but Chad Kuhl, the new acquisition this offseason, as he's coming off of Tommy John surgery, 27 years old. I think this isn't a boom or bust type of signing. I think it's just a boom. I mean, if he turns out to be what I think he's going to be, this is going to be a great signing. So I know you guys always ask me, what are your hitting settings? What are your pitching settings? What is your camera like? I'm going to go over that right now. You can see I'm on Hall of Fame pitching, Hall of Fame hitting. I actually like to bump it down to all-star hitting sometimes. It seems like the hitting is just better for users on that difficulty. Let me know what you guys think there. But I do use Armor and Swords sliders on Operation Sports. So if you guys do want to check that out, just go over to Operation Sports. They have a ton of slider sets, so it gives you guys a lot of options. And you can just see I'm just going down the line here of what that slider set does look like. And you guys can probably try it out yourselves if you're not using any sliders. I highly suggest doing that. So then looking at our camera views, we do use a zoomed batting view, broadcast pitching, and then we also use medium on in-play defense and offense so that we kind of track the ball, and we pretty much just look at the bases indicator on the top left of the screen when advancing runners and things like that. So now we move on to the third game set of this opening series, and look at Martinez. I mean, he is hitting the ball really well to start this season, as he's basically dominated us so far. Speaking of dominating, here's Colton Wong at the plate. He's hitting .571 to start out these first 2 games, and he strikes out. That's Chad Kuhl's first strikeout of the season. So up comes Paul Goldschmidt in the 3-hole. We walk him, so now they got guys on first and second. Matt Carpenter, who has yet to get a hit so far, he gets his first hit to the right side of the infield, and now they got bases loaded. So Chad Kuhl already in a jam, and that brings up Paul DeJong here, and he's 3 for 8 so far in this series with the home run. So now on a 1-2 count, we do get him to strike out on an outside slider, and that's going to bring up Grandal here in the 6-hole. On a 1-1 count, a low slider in the dirt, but look at Omar Narvaez getting to it quick and throwing out Martinez at the plate. So that's a good way to get out of that inning, of that jam there with 1 out, bases loaded, and that brings up our lineup. So here's Malik Smith here to start out this game. He swings at an inside slider. He's going to swing and miss, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Up comes Yubiyashi, hitting pretty well to start out this first couple of games, and he strikes out on the inside fastball as well. So here is Domingo Santana in the 3-hole. He's going to draw a walk. He has great discipline, and now he gets on first base. So Kyle Seager up to the plate. 2-2 count. He gets a pitch to hit right over the middle, and that's over the head of Martinez in right field. And Domingo Santana getting a little greedy. He's going to try to score from first, and that throw is right on the money from Colton Wong, and we had no chance on that one. I was hoping the throw would be offline, but we were wrong on that. It's always good to be aggressive here, but, you know, sometimes you just get ahead of yourself. So on to the second inning. Here is Yadier Molina up at the plate here in the 7th hole. He gets a pitch to hit up the middle, and look at these guys. I mean, 7 speed and 0 speed on base, and hopefully we keep them on base. So up comes Randy Arozarena for his first at-bat. He's going to get a pitch to hit, and that one's not coming back. So Randy Arozarena gets his first Major League home run, as he is the opening day starter there for the Cardinals in left field. And they take the 3-0 lead, so Chad Kuhl is not looking good here in the first couple of innings, as their top of the lineup is right back at the plate. And look at Martinez continuing to hit well Jose Martinez, one of the best leadoff hitters I've seen actually in MLB The Show. I mean, his hitting zones are all red. He has great contact, great discipline. Everything about him is good. He's definitely a great trade chip if you are looking for one. So now here comes Paul Goldschmidt up. He hits one to right field, and Mitch Haniger cannot handle it. And look at the runners. They are on their horse. This one goes all the way to the wall, and we cannot get the runner at the plate. And they take the 4-0 lead. So now they got guys on second and third here. 1 out still in the inning. Here's a hard liner to third base, and Tim Beckham is able to handle that one. So now there are 2 outs in the inning. Paul DeJong at the plate, and we hang one over the middle. We make a big mistake, and it's right at the wall, and it's just going to stay in. And wow, that was lucky. That could have easily been a 7-0 lead there in the second inning. So now we move on to the fourth. Here is Cool in another jam, and look, and here is a hit down the right field line. And wow, we are just doing horrible as Paul DeJong comes through once again, and wow, he's showing me something. And I think that this series may have solidified this trade that I'm going to probably offer. And I don't know what they want. They're probably going to ask for a lot, but I could use Paul DeJong in this lineup, and it would be a great trade for us. So we do bring in Justice Sheffield for his first action at the MLB level here, as he did make the opening day roster, and he gets the strikeout that time on Yasmani Grandal. So now 2 outs, 2-2 count. He gets Yadier Molina to swing at a low changeup, and that's a good way to start your MLB career, coming off of the bench in the bullpen, and he gets 2 strikeouts to get us out of that jam. So now on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Omar Narvaez at the plate. He's going to hit one down the left field line, and that one is going to be a double here with 1 out in the inning, as I can't even say his name. Plays that one off the wall. So here comes J.P. Crawford up at the plate. He's going to hit one to the shortstop, and that is going to be an out here in the inning. So now 2 outs here as Ben Zobrist comes up, and he's going to hit one to the left side, and it's going to be a first and third situation here for the top of our lineup, as here comes Malik Smith to the plate. 0 for 2 so far in this game on a 3-1 count. He gets a pitch to hit right over the middle, and we get the first run of the game, but we have 5 more to go, so we have to be conservative here on the base pass, not being too aggressive. So up comes Yubayashi to the plate, and he's going to hit one to an easy ground ball there at first base, as they get the out there from Paul Goldschmidt. So now we do kind of quick manage here in the middle of the game, and it seems like that was probably a bad idea, as they take the 10-2 lead here in the 9th inning, as they have 20 hits in this game. That's just ridiculous. So can Malik Smith get us going? He can. He starts it out with a leadoff single here with 1 out, as Yubayashi comes to the plate, and he hits a rocket right off of the pitcher. And that's going to be a single, but wow, what a rocket right up the middle. So now that brings up Domingo Santana, 2 for 3 in this game. He's going to hit a soft ground ball to Paul DeJong, who's going to field it on the run, and he can't make the throw. So now we got bases loaded here, 1 out in the inning. Kyle Seager up to the plate. He gets a pitch to hit. Another soft grounder here to Colton Wong. He's going to throw to second and try to turn 2, but that's going to be not in time at first, as they come up with the fielder's choice. So now guys on the corners here. 2 outs in the inning, but Tim Beckham hitting the ball hard up the middle drives in a run, and we cut this lead down to 6 runs, but we still got a while to go. So here comes Brevia out of the bullpen. Look at that ERA to start the season, 40. So he's facing Haniger, 0 for 3 in the game so far. On a 3-2 count, he's going to hit one to the left center gap, and that one's going to get all the way to the wall. And look at this. It's a 10-6 lead. Can it be an epic comeback here in opening weekend? So now we got a man on second, still down 4. Omar Narvaez at the plate, and he continues the hit parade. A hit to the right side, and wow, this is amazing. I don't know what got into us, but all of a sudden we're hitting well here in the 9th inning. But they're not playing any games anymore. They bring in their closer, Andrew Miller, to get them out of this situation. facing JP Crawford, 0 for 4, and he basically just pops up, and that's going to end this comeback bid. And St. Louis comes out of this opening series. They dropped 2 of 3, so we start out 2-1. But look at this game. They had 21 hits in this game. I mean, wow, what an amazing offensive performance by them. But we still had 13, so we didn't do too bad either. So that's going to do it for this episode. I think next episode I am going to try to trade for Paul DeJong, and hopefully we can acquire him. That would be huge, but it will probably require giving up one of our top prospects. So we'll see who that's going to be. I don't really know who it's going to be. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. You don't want to miss next episode, and hopefully we can acquire DeJong without giving up too much. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.